Right, well, you're going to see what life is like off the track for a former Indy 5 winner and his family. It's a whirlwind of juggling, racing, and 2 young kids in Florida. The ride begins tonight on Eyewitness News at 5:30.
I would jump in that boat.
Well, communities have been racing to revitalize in recent years, and that would include Irvington.
The former city already has a rich history, but has struggled with getting businesses to move there. Sunrise reporter Matt McCutcheon is there this morning with one place that's changing all of that. Good morning.
Scott and Julia, good morning. Speaking of rich, take a look at this. This is the chocolate stout cake, one of the many creations here, along with this strawberry cake here inside Irvington's Bittersweet. It is one business as a part of that Racing to Revitalize strategy. Laura Johnston joins us this morning, icing a peanut butter cookie. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Let me ask you this. What made you want to be a part here of Irvington with this restaurant?
I live in Irvington. I grew up on the east side of Indianapolis, and I wanted to have my business here.
And
my girls to be involved, and yeah, it just worked out fine when this place became available.
And this opened up here just a couple of months ago. One of many businesses here helped shaping this community.
There's an old saying, Irvington is not a place, it's a state of mind.
5 miles east of downtown Indianapolis.
It's like an old shoe. It's very comfortable.
You'll reach this iconic neighborhood with a city state of mind.
They'll say, I live in Irvington, not Indianapolis. I live in Irvington. I sometimes think that we resent the fact that we're, don't have our own mayor and don't have our own government.
At one point, a city, Irvington is nearly 150 years old, named after writer Washington Irving. Loyalty and history run deep here. International became a major employer for this area. Butler University called Irvington home until 1928. While those major players moved out, people stayed.
There's very little turnover. People talk about generations of people living here.
More than 11,000 people call Irvington home, with the average home dating back to 1938.
I've lived here now for almost 20 years, and it is something that I tell people we moved here because we love the house, but we got the neighborhood in the deal.
The area is peppered with historical landmarks, including Ellenberger Park and the Benton House, but luring business became a struggle.
Development moved out to the suburbs. That's where the retail went. So a lot, you could almost track the path down Washington Street. Everything just kept moving further east.
So neighbors rolled up their sleeves, starting partnerships to bring unique businesses here to mingle among the traditions. In the fall, the streets come alive. It's the longest running Halloween festival in the country.
Well, that has been a great uniting force for our community. Kids look forward to going down and painting on the windows.
But no one's resting on the history here. Leaders are keeping an eye on the future.
1, 2, 3.
The Pennsy Trail expansion is part of that, connecting to downtown without using any streets. In the future, leaders hope to transform icons like the old coal factory into a mixed-use development.
We definitely are not trying to be the next Broadway. We don't want to be the next Fountain Square. We want to be Irvington, not just the way it used to be, but the way it can be.
And that continues with a hot scene of restaurants and shops, including right here in Bittersweet. I've been put to work here icing this cookie. Laura is trusting me with this. How am I doing so far? That actually kind of went completely all over the place. But, you just kind of, shape that up a little bit, put the cookie on top, and kind of like that.
Great.
Yeah, and real quick, you might recognize her because she was on the Marriage Raft back in the late 2000s right here on Channel 13. She won $25,000. A great experience for you.
It was a great experience, yes.
And no doubt you've used a little bit of that money to open this business here in Irvington. So Scott and Julia, a lot of great history here, a bright future ahead. I've got these cookies. Maybe I can put an S on there for Scott.
Nice.
Tried to make that. I'll do a J here for Julia. Not too bad. It kind of looks like a U now that I look at it, but I'll just try to take a little bit of that off.
Nicely done.
And Matt, that can be yours now. That's yours.
If you insist, I'll try to make an M out of that.
Please. All right. Thank you, Matt. A great look there at Irvington this morning. They've got a lot of great new restaurants that are popping up there and businesses, so it is kind of becoming a little trendy niche there in Irvington area.